YouTube, I'm Melly the Dreaming Yogi, and I wanted to talk a little bit about meditation and give you a little overview of the benefits that meditating can do for your health, both emotionally and physically, as well as little starter tips if you are not used to meditating. So usually when people hear the word meditation, they think of you just have to sit down for hours, not move at all, just mind completely blank, and just basically dedicate your whole life and day to it. Well, that's not true. Now in modern times, we have busy schedules. We can't just sit around and meditate for hours and hours on end. The more you can do it, the better. It is very beneficial, and it does help a lot your emotions as well as your physical well-being. But just a couple of minutes a day can do wonders. So the first thing with meditation is all it is awareness. So you don't have to be sitting down still with your eyes closed all day long and just have your mind completely blank. Awareness can come anywhere. You can be just walking down the street or walking down the sidewalk and being aware of your senses, being aware of the wind in your hair, the trees and flowers that you see around you, the birds chirping or whatever sounds are in your environment. If you do that with full awareness, that is a type of meditation. It's actually called mindful meditation. So you don't have to be sitting down still. You can be doing it on your commute to work, just focusing on everything, reading the signs, looking at the color of the cars, and that will do wonders for your breath, for your stress, and just all around, just great things. But another meditation is you can just be focusing on your breath. So I will be talking a lot about different types of meditations throughout this series. I will make a playlist once I have more videos up on this. But today I'm just going to leave you with a couple of tips to not overwhelm you, especially if you are starting your meditation journey. So, like I mentioned, you can just focus on your breath. The mind can't usually get more than one thought. So if you are literally sitting down with your eyes closed and saying in your mind or out loud, inhale, and then count to the count of 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just the fact that you're counting and saying that out loud or in your mind, it's fine. You are focusing on one activity, one thought. So it's really hard to do that and still make a to-do list for tomorrow's groceries or the list of bills you need to pay. So you can just start off with that. And basically meditation is you are removing distractions from your mind. That is the whole point of it. So that you can look inward and just focus in on positive thoughts, just what's going on within you. Most of the time we have a number of negative thoughts that are just roaming around in our head, and they're really hard to just even piece together what we're thinking about all day. Most of the time they're not very positive. So the point of meditation is to reduce the mind activity to one point of focus and to be aware. So some of the benefits of meditation is it brings a sense of calm and peace of mind and balance. So if you're feeling very scatterbrained, just overwhelmed in general, sitting down for at least 5 minutes to do some meditation type of work, even if it's walking and doing the mindful meditation, will do wonders. So it calms you, gives you peace of mind, it helps your breath. So if you're starting to get nervous and you're having or feeling like shortness of breath or like your heart is racing, some meditation will help reduce those sensations. It's great for emotional well-being, and it can help you manage your day a lot more smoother. So if you're just feeling around like you're running around all day, this can really help you manage your day. It can also help you change your perspective on things. So if you are feeling like things are not going your way, just kind of have that negative cloud over your head kind of feeling, it can help you change that perspective and start seeing the good in your day and just in your life in general. It helps with self-awareness, because that's the whole point of it. You're becoming more aware and turning inward, so it helps that self-awareness. So you can pick up on the root causes of why you're feeling a certain way. If you're feeling stress, what is the root cause? Is it something that happened way back that's just triggering a certain memory and emotion? You can heal it from the root cause when you start becoming more aware. It also increases your focus because you're focusing on one thing and that's what you're practicing. So it helps you focus with other things as well. It helps you live in the present. So a lot of us live our lives dwelling the past and being worried about the future. So meditation helps you start living in the present and actually enjoying it. So most of the time the negative thoughts that we think don't even happen. So just keep that in mind. What's the worst stress and anxious feeling you've had? What kind of thoughts were you telling yourself, and did they even happen? Most of the time they don't. It also boosts your creativity. It increases your patience, especially if you're practicing the one where you're sitting down focusing on your breath. And physically, it can help you if you have high blood pressure. It can also help with anxiety and depression, sleep issues, and tension headaches, as well as other just tensions in your body, because when you're meditating, you're relaxing your whole body first, and it can help you with that. So here is a little exercise for those who are starting a meditation journey or who just don't know where to start. First, we'll just do a meditation which is just focusing on the breath. And what you would do is you would find a comfortable seat. You can use a cushion to sit on it if that's easier for you. If you sit on the floor and you don't find it too comfortable, a cushion may help, or you can just roll up a couple of blankets and sit on that. And then you want to sit up straight but not too rigid. So you don't want to like lock your spine just super straight like a soldier, but you don't want to be hunching because that'll create more tension. So you just want to sit up straight but comfortable. And I usually start my meditations by telling my people that listen to my meditations to roll their shoulders back, and you can do a couple of stretches just to ease out any tensions in the body. You can also do a quick body scan just to tune in to the different parts of your body and make sure that nothing is clenched. You're not clenching your jaw, or you're not squinting your eyes or forehead or anything. So just a quick body scan to make sure everything is nice and relaxed. And then you can close your eyes. So you can have your feet crossed. In yoga, it's called Sukhasana, easy seated pose, just with your legs crossed. Really nice alignment, but not too rigid. And close your eyes, prefer, because that way you're not getting distracted by anything that passes by. So just close your eyes and tune in. You want to try to clear your mind from any of other thoughts, such as what's going to happen tomorrow, any lists, anything. Just kind of relax your mind. And this is probably the hardest part, because most of the time we feel like we don't have control over our thoughts, but we do. So you can just try and see what happens. So the easiest way to start this would be to focus on your breath. So if you're having a hard time clearing out your mind, just close your eyes and actually say in your mind, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't have to count up to 4. You can count less or more depending what you feel comfortable with your inhale, holding, and with your exhale. So inhale, count of 4 if that's a good number for you, hold for the same number, and exhale for the same number. And as you're clearing your mind, because you're focusing on the breath, if a thought just comes, so you are doing pretty good, inhaling, counting, and everything, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, did I pay a bill? And you start going down that loophole of thoughts, just acknowledge it. Okay, a thought came up, it's not the end of the world, it's okay, you don't have to start all over again, you didn't fail at anything. Just acknowledge the thought without judgment. There was nothing wrong with that. It's pretty natural to have thoughts come in and out, and then just let that thought go and focus again on your breath. So it doesn't mean that you need to restart or anything, you just acknowledge it, let it move past your mind, and continue your focus on your breath. What I find interesting is that when you start getting comfortable, and I don't know if this happens to you guys or start noticing this, it happens to me all the time, especially when I was starting. You may be comfortable with your eyes closed and and everything that I just talked about, and you start feeling a little antsy, like, oh, my seat's not that comfortable, or I have a little itch here, or I'm just like, oh, what's going on? And you start kind of like feeling antsy, even though you were doing pretty good at first, and a thought came, you let it go away, continued on your focus, but you just don't find yourself very comfortable. That is actually your subconscious trying to avoid whatever's coming up, because in meditation, things may come up that you have had suppressed just for healing, because we need to have these things resurface so that we can heal them completely and not just keep pushing them down, pushing them down. So our subconscious works in very tricky ways. In our dreams, they do bring up our emotions and try to tell us what's going on. But in meditation, because our conscious mind is still in control, it's trying to it's bringing that resistance to whatever's coming up. So if you start feeling uncomfortable, it's not the seat, because remember, the first step was to find a comfortable seat. So that's not the issue. You were perfectly fine at the beginning. It's just your subconscious trying to prevent you from working on what's coming up. So it's just trying to stop you. And if you kind of ignore that itch, that feeling of moving, it will go away. But if it gets too much, you can move and try again the next day. You can always start with just a couple of minutes. There are applications like the Insight Timer that do have a timer that will ring like a little bell, so it's not too abrupt and you can transition out of your meditation. So just start for 5 minutes a day, and then you could increase it gradually if you feel comfortable, and see how that works for you. I will be posting more videos on different types of meditations. So have a great day. Bye.